What up, super players? The homie C-Rod, and today what I got for you is the 10 most expensive decks in Dragon Ball Super Card Game. Just in case you're new to Dragon Ball Super Card Game, if you're new to the channel, I want to say hit that subscribe button right now and become a super player. And this is going to be a quick video, just giving you guys a rundown of how expensive this game could get. And when you start adding cards together when you're making a deck, it can get kind of expensive. So I'm going to give you guys the most expensive cards that are in existence of Dragon Ball Super Card Game. And for those of you that are watching this later in time, the cards fluctuate dramatically in this game. It's pretty crazy. One day hit could be $5, the next day hit could be $50. And that's how this game is. But as of this day, we're going to do the quick rundown. So coming in number one is obviously Cell, right? Cell, as you guys can see right here, if you guys could read his ability, when you happen to play this Cell, your opponent's forced to drop all their cards in their hand and only left with 3. And this ability makes this SR right here very, very expensive. It used to be costing around like 30 to 25 bucks for just one, and ideally you want to play 4 in a deck. But now, because of the way the meta has changed, this card is running around only $11 to $10. Search your eBays for the best luck, TCG player, and all that. But roughly $10. It's a very useful card. If you want to have 4 of a deck, that's already a $40 deck just with 4 cards. So that's how expensive this deck could get. But Cell's running in our number one right now. Now moving on to the second most expensive card after that one is Scientist Few, man. Scientist Few is not only manipulating the universe, is getting all the Gokus and Trunkses and all the other characters from multiple universes and just destroying. Man, this guy destroys in the card game as well. So what Few does is a simple effect of drawing 2 cards and giving a double strike attack. That ability on its own is powerful because, man, look at him, man. He's what, like 25,000 power? He's beast, and it only requires 1 energy. Yeah, it's over around 7, but it's still a very powerful card, thus making this card roughly around $12. Slightly more expensive if you obviously get the foil or non-foil version. And Scientist Few is a must. I would say at least own 2 of these. So that's running to like maybe 25 bucks or more if you buy 2 hollow ones. So that's Scientist Few for you. Very useful card, very expensive card. And then what's more expensive than a double strike draw 2 for only 1 energy? Well, a card that lets you see your opponent's hand. That's why we got hit, man. In the show, this guy was killing it, man. He wrecked Vegeta, he wrecked Goku, he wrecked everybody. And in the game, he wrecks your opponent because when you play this guy, not only is he a double strike 20,000, you get to look at your opponent's hand and take away 2 cards from his hand or her hand. Pretty darn broken, because then you can calculate and do some mathematical formulas in order to pretty much figure out, can I kill you right now? So that is hit. And this card's running around $15 right now. Maybe even $20. I know this card was running around like 25 bucks or so when it first came out. Very expensive card, but as of the meta right now, it's roughly like around $15 price point. And it's a very beautiful card. Usually people run 4, thus making it a very expensive deck if you happen to run that. So what's more expensive than looking at your opponent's hand and warping some cards away? Well, let me tell you what it is. It is the undefiable starter of the Goku's lineage, Bardock, the guy that made Goku, the one that made Super Saiyan God be even a thing, because he started the offspring Goku. And this guy is beast. Not only do you strike yourself when you play him, allowing you to get a card to your hand, thus giving you hand advantage over your opponent, and you're going to be able to awaken over your opponent. You get a free swap with this guy, man. This guy gives you a free swap, and you can swap to any Goku's lineage. Usually people like swapping into the Goten, the BCC Goten, but you could swap into nothing just so you could solidify the fact that you have a way to awaken. So Bardock is an expensive leader running around like $20. This guy used to be a $50 card. I remember it hit 50 bucks for just one, and then it dropped to 40, and then it dropped to 30, and now we're at the 20 mark price point. And this is pretty darn bonkers, but it's a free attack beast turn opening card right here. Bardock is a beast, and that's why it's number 4 in the most expensive cards. So what's slightly more expensive than that? Well, let's get straight into the secret rare realm, the ultimate cards, the one that you can only run one of. And what is that one card? Well, the cheapest secret rare you could get, and coming in at our number 5, it happens to be Secret Oob and Goku. The secret rare Oob and Goku. You know how Goku is like fighting Oob in the World Martial Arts Tournament? Well, this is the secret rare from the World Martial Arts Tournament, and this guy gets you games. What does he do? Well, when he attacks, you automatically lose a life, and he takes energy, and I think he takes 2 lives, and he's double strike, and he has a multiple attacks. Man, this secret rare, if you play him on board, you're guaranteed to win unless they Mafuba it or they Crusher Ball it. Crusher Ball is probably the best option, and or maybe, yeah, it's just strong. If it comes into play, sorry, it's the final episode, it's the final round, final turn, because you're gonna win. And that's why this card's coming around like $25 to $30 right now. Very expensive, not very expensive ultimate card, but still, I'm glad you can only run one of. Because if you were to run 4 of these in a deck, it would be too much. It would be way too expensive. So then, what's another secret card? Coming in at our number 6, it happens to be the secret rare Goku Jr. Another card that is a secret rare that came from the set with the Goku's lineage. It's supposed to be played with Goku's lineage. Unfortunately, his effect isn't that good, but it's still slightly more expensive. It's coming around 30 to 35 bucks. Almost the same price as the secret rare Oob and Goku. But this one, what it does is when you attack, you pick up 7, and then if you happen to pick up a certain amount of Goku's lineage, your opponent automatically loses some life. And it's a very good card, but it requires you to run strictly Goku's lineage cards. Unfortunately, that's why it's not that much of an expensive card, but it's still a very viable card. Very beautiful card. Love this card to death. And it's looking crispy, man. Who doesn't like a Goku Jr.? So then after that, it's gonna be the one, it's Evil Twin Brother, the one that came out in the same booster box, the other ultimate card, the other secret rare. At our 7th spot, it happens to be the secret rare Dimitra. And Dimitra is slightly more expensive, coming around like 35 bucks, 40 bucks maybe, or 30 bucks, around the same price point as the other one. Slightly more expensive though. And why is this card good? Well, when this card attacks, you pretty much get to see your opponent's hand, and then you get to combo with your opponent's hand, and he's a triple strike. And because of that, it just rips cards out of your opponent's hand, man. That's all I gotta say. It ripped cards out of your opponent's hand, and it kills your opponent's you're gonna kill your opponent unless they negate or like Crusher Ball or something. This guy's gonna kill. He is a killer. It's just kind of hard to actually get him into play because he's so cost heavy, and it is what it is, but he's still a very powerful leader, very viable card. So coming in at our number 8 spot, getting closer to our most expensive card, happens to be Super Saiyan 4. Step into the Grand Tour. Love this card. Love the theme song. And this card right here is beautiful because of the fact that when he attacks, you automatically lose life. And he does require you to be at a certain power level in order to activate that effect. But it doesn't matter because of the fact that he's running at around like 40 to 45 bucks, around the same price point as the other cards, just maybe slightly more expensive. And like I said, the prices fluctuate. Maybe today the Super Saiyan 4 Goku is more expensive, maybe tomorrow it happens to be the secret rare Dimitra. We don't know. That's just what it is as of now. But it's an awesome card, especially for the GT and the whole boosting up theme that the GT has. Very awesome card. Love this card's art, and I wish I could play it. It's just so hard to actually pull off. And then our 9th spot, getting closer to the most expensive card in Dragon Ball Super card game, it happens to be Ultimate Vegito Super Saiyan Blue. This guy is killer. This guy is one of the most beautiful cards, awesome looking cards in Dragon Ball Super card games, but unfortunately it does require you to have 5 red energies in order to actually play them with Union Patora. That kind of sucks because it's so specific to just red, but that's why you play him usually with a Vegito deck. But this guy has triple attack, triple strike. This guy is going for game when he comes in. It's like the final Kamehameha to your face. And this guy's coming around like 45 bucks to 40 bucks. Slightly more expensive than all the other secret rares, but it's still up there with the secret rares. And then, what is the granddaddy of all DBS card games? What is the most expensive where your wallet gets RKO'd out of nowhere? Yup, this is what it is. It's the Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Who would have thought? Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, the only card in the game. It's another ultimate. It's another secret rare that you could only get from the Tournament of Power. The Tournament of Power booster box, the theme booster box. And this guy, why is he so expensive? Well, because of the fact that he has Victory Strike. Victory Strike is an automatic win condition where you automatically win. All you gotta do is just strike 1 life and you win the game. And that's pretty darn broken, thus making this card not even like it's completely out of the league out of every other card I said. This card is coming around 170 bucks, man, or 150, around there. It's over 150 bucks. That's a lot. You know, you could almost buy a PS4 or, well, actually now you could buy something really cool. You know, it's 150 bucks for just 1 card, but Victory Strike is also really cool when you bust it on your opponent in a tournament. You know it is. It's better than buying a Nintendo DS or something. I guarantee it is. So that's gonna be the 10 most expensive decks. Master Ultra Instinct Goku takes it. And hopefully you guys like this video. Hit a like if you like this video. Subscribe if you're new here, like I said. And hopefully you guys that are new or getting into DBS TCG. And that's gonna be it. Like we always say, y'all stay super.